the thinkers, who they are and how they manifest. To reverse engineer to the beginning, when it became them versus us, is first to realize that there is no such thing as time or space. This belief in time and space only appears because of the three-dimensional characteristics of this illusory world. This is the veil, the matrix, the curtain of deceit, that is meant to keep us focused on reasonable, rational, logical methods of contemplating our existence. However, reason, logic and rationality are not how this thing operates. The whole 3D illusion is run and manipulated by suggestion, subliminal messaging, sigil magic markers and incantational lunacy. They have devised systems that force us to be reasonable, but then manipulate the whole of creation, which they conjured up through the thinking process, totally undetected as we try to fathom the greatness and mystery of it all through reasonable, rational, scientific and religious consideration. So, keeping in mind that time does not exist, the origin, the beginning of them versus us, is right now. This three-dimensional illusion is just a series of images and sounds that appear to keep changing in this one eternal moment, and because we are trained, or entranced to observe things logically, we try to comprehend things on a linear scale, when in reality it's just a light show changing colors and shapes in this one eternal moment. None of this is real. These entities just brought a whole bunch of junk and dumped it into our eternal paradise state to distract and confuse our wisdom and peace. All of this that appears to be real is produced by thinking. This thinking occurs right now by those who have given themselves over to the thought form process. No original thought is produced by us, who appear to be humanity. We only regurgitate what they have originally conjured up, and remember, they just conjured it up now. We are not their puppets or worshipping their system of control, and therefore we only remain as slaves in subjection to the lunacy they've instilled within us through their systems of logic. Some of the elite of the world, on the other hand, worship this system of logic and reason, and even though they haven't created any new thought themselves, they are able to be used to do such things as create wars and do things like the WTC attack. In reward they have been promised that they will rule and reign with these thinkers in the Kingdom Age, or New World Order. What makes them different from us is that they think and we know. We are wisdom, they are ignorance. They are thought forms, thinkers, conjurers, cons. We are wise and simply know all things. They worship time and space. We recognize nothingness as the eternal state of power and strength. We recognize that no thing is the state of liberty and freedom, and no time is equivalent to the eternal moment, the paradise state, and it is mine, and ours, right now. They manifest themselves wherever you see thought functioning. That's them. We manifest ourselves in freedom and liberty, where no law, no restriction, no confusion and above all, no thinking, ever exists. Love is blind. These next words are those in response to a read on page 11. The writer goes by the name of Troy Whammy, and this sums up very nicely why love is the blinding agent of the Luciferian thinkers. You say love is more noble than wisdom, but those are both words pointing to thought concepts. In order for there to be love there has to be people, because pure awareness has nothing to love, nothing to hate, etc. In order for there to be wisdom there has to be an opposite, but in the dark state of wisdom Brian refers to, the only opposite would be light, since nothingness has no light as it is not light. But it is not darkness, either, so as long as there is a suggestion to experience something other than nothing, the nothingness that is neither dark nor light but has both will manifest itself as both dark and light and try to distinguish between the two. There's your duality, and as long as the suggestion persists that there's something valuable about this dark and light, they'll continue to be split into shades and shapes and colors, which makes up the people you see, and you come up with feelings about those people, and you make decisions on whether to love those people or not. Brian doesn't live in the 3D realm and neither do you and neither do I. That's why he doesn't advocate loving anyone here. If you were dreaming, and I was standing over you while you slept, and somehow knew that you were having a nightmare where people were trying to kill you, would you want me to let you continue to sleep and work it out between your dream characters, or would you want me to shake you and wake you to tell you the war's over? End of quote from Troy Whammy. This explanation is very succinct. One point that I might make is that the thinking process conjured up light out of darkness, therefore light out of dark manifests as division, or duality. Reversing the process, light and dark cancel each other out, and we're back to nothingness, the eternal paradise state. The war is indeed over. The war is over but the illusion will persist within the trance. One reader has commented about something that has just become apparent in their awareness of the illusory trance state. Here are those comments. I'm still reading this and taking it all in. But I need to say something. Something you wrote just struck me really hard, because I think that we know this. But this is what is keeping people running in a frenzy, chasing something, anything to get a conclusion to life, to this world, to what's final, gonna happen. And what you say here is paramount that everyone realizes. The words that initiated this statement, this doesn't mean that the fullness of the agenda, and the final judgment cataclysm will be unleashed in one moment, on one illusory day. It simply means that they will continue to play cat and mouse from their throne on high, outside the trance state, until they see fit to launch what will seem like the final assault. As if there will ever be a final assault in the trance state. They will never let up with the illusion. The reader continues to say, people are looking for an end date, an end event to this life, to this world, to this chaos, to this reality, in a 3D sense. They are looking for the world to physically, literally disappear, whether by fire, flood, storm, vaporization, whatever. Hence, the obsession and ridiculous preoccupation with the 21st of December 2012 nonsense and the like. With me, even after knowing what this illusion, trance is, and following your blog for so long, I still didn't come to this real realization until you just wrote it, sadly enough. So, if you can make it ultra clear, somehow in your key message page, that this 3D world is not going to suddenly go poof, so quit waiting for it, then I think they'll be able to focus more on things like your information. Do you know what I mean? I know you do. I believe that people are actually hoping, and waiting in great anticipation, for the world to physically dissolve. Or blow up, or something. Anything. They are truly living with this false hope and dream as this would be better than being here. End of reader's comments. The Luciferian agenda is not concluding as long as the trance state continues. The only way to be free of the illusion is to reconnect to wisdom through awareness, which is the real awakening, and the power of the lie, and the power of the illusion, is made of none effect. The illusion will persist but awareness will dissolve its persistence and the freedom and liberty of the paradise state will eternally prevail. This awareness is all that has been missing for thousands of illusory years, and at any moment, anyone can reconnect and reclaim the paradise state through this awareness. As awareness of what is transpiring is conveyed to those within the trance state, and as the illusion is recognized in totality, the futility of its impotent power to manipulate simply fades into nothingness, which is the eternal state.